Year 2021. Barcelona is no longer what it was. That invincible team, that identity that Pep Guardiola had given them, is nothing more than just a memory for the fans. Playing against Barcelona was not for everyone, and stepping on the Camp Nou had become a nightmare for all those who faced the Blaugrana team. However, one day the situation turned around, and it became different. As usual, every weekend, Barcelona takes to the field of play. But is it Barcelona really? Yes, of course, the institution as such remains intact, but you look at the playing field and you notice that Carlos Puyol is no longer there, that a creative midfielder is missing to replace Andres Iniesta, and that his best partner, Xavi Hernandez, is not there either. Some of the faces are repeated. Gerard Piqué, firm, like the first day as historical. Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets are added. The emblem never leaves you alone. Lionel Messi. But suddenly, you turn around and the coach is no longer Pep Guardiola. He's not even Spanish. But everyone still knows him. And yes, it is that if Ronald Koeman lacked something in the Catalan team, it is to conquer everything, this time as a technical director. After having paid an enormous compensation of some €5 million to the Dutch Federation, Ronald Koeman joined Barcelona as the new coach to replace Quique Setién. "Welcome home, Ronald Koeman," they wrote to him in that August 2020 from the networks of the Culé team to the coach, who arrived at a hot moment for the institution after the painful elimination from the Champions League with a result of 2-8 versus Bayern, which triggered too many problems, even the request for elections by a large number of fans. For Koeman, it meant a reunion with Barcelona. During his career as a footballer, he joined the team between 1989 and 1995, a cycle in which he played 264 games, also scoring 88 goals and lifting 10 titles. He is known in the institution for being the hero of Wembley, Oriona in his history. However, all that seemed to be joy really did not last long. Barcelona never managed to have a team identity. Playing at the Camp Nou soon ceased to be a guarantee to become a torment. There were plenty of tickets, even when the stadium didn't have full capacity for reasons related to COVID-19 pandemic, and those who attended took it upon themselves to make the players and the coach feel their discomfort. Ronald Koeman experienced a curious situation. He got on a plane in Madrid as Barcelona's coach, and when he landed in the Catalan city, he was no longer. According to the information that emerged, everything took place on the return plane. After the blow received by his team during its visit to Rayo Vallecano, the historic local 1-0 was the straw that overflowed a glass which had been full for a long time. Koeman, surprised to receive that news at 10,000 meters of altitude, regretted that the leadership had not waited to arrive at land and raise it in a meeting. Once the shock sank in, he called his staff together and told them that they had been disassociated. The Dutch coach said goodbye to Barcelona after 67 games on the bench, with a record of 39 wins, 12 draws and 16 losses, plus 138 goals for and 75 against. In numbers, he didn't fare so badly. However, the team at stake left much to be desired and continued losing its essence, the one that it had achieved with so much effort in previous years. Now, if Juan Laporta, president of the club, did not even wait to land to fire him, it was expected that he would not do so either to look for his replacement. In fact, it had been said for some time that the excellent season that Xavi Hernandez had in Qatar since his debut as coach of Al Sadd could bring him closer to home, to the team that gave him everything, and to which he gave himself completely, to leave an indelible legacy. Xavi Hernandez arrived as the saviour of the Barca homeland, and he did so under conditions. The Barcelona coach has shaped everything around the first team in his own way, and furthermore, he received full powers to look for players of his liking and who can fit into the special Barca philosophy and into that positional tactic that Barcelona likes so much, coach. Xavi's work has been one of absolute dedication since his return to the Catalan club. It is delivered game by game. The Barca coach has not stopped there, and in one or another of the open negotiations, he has been a decisive part of them. He wants loyal players by his side and presses the opinion of those players before the leaders take action and start the negotiation. "Hi, I'm Xavi. Do you want to play for Barcelona?" The phrase has been repeated on more than one occasion in recent weeks. The one who was champion of everything with the Spanish team is in charge of using his ability to seduce some of the possible reinforcements in his team. And now, we can say that he succeeded. If not, it's time to compare the teams from a few months ago to this part, just to check it out. Xavi Hernandez's philosophy is very clear. He grew up footballing with the idea that the ball is the protagonist of the game. Therefore, it is not surprising that it is the basis on which all his ideology is developed. Permanent amplitude and mobility of its players to generate consistent triangles in attack. In the rearguard, defensive proclivity to defend in a high block and with a high degree of organisation. However, there are signs that something exciting is building. Things that go beyond a recent cycle of positive results that has catapulted Barcelona to the forefront in Spain. And the theory is not always enough. In fact, if it were just that, soccer wouldn't be played anymore, and coaches would write books about soccer to replace it. The most fundamental element about Barcelona's reversal of fortunes is that Xavi has made the team competitive again, beginning the long process of restoring principles of possession and position. And when you win, trust returns by itself. And when there is trust, there is belonging. And when there is a sense of belonging, it is when a plus is achieved which not everyone can access. That he achieved with his arrival as Xavi Hernandez, who had already done the same as a footballer when he was captain of what was once the best team in the world. Xavi Hernandez landed in mid-November on the Barca bench with the difficult mission of rescuing a Barca submerged in a footballing crisis and low self-esteem. At that time, the first team was 9th and had added 15 points in 10 games. "We have to reach 4th place, that's the main objective of the course. But this is Barca, and we have to demand everything," defended Xavi in the press room, especially when the team was eliminated from the Champions League in the group stage. 4 months later, the coach turned the situation around until he is now placed in the Champions Zone. In fact, with Xavi's numbers, Barca would be fighting for the league if only the competition section is taken. With the Terrassa-born coach at the helm, there is still much to say in one of the greatest love stories in the world. The relationship between Xavi Hernandez and Barcelona is one of those that deserves to be told like a story, and one of those stories that are never boring, that one day turn into a book or become a movie. Will it be with a happy ending? That was our video on how Xavi saved Barcelona. If you are looking for another interesting story, check out our video on why Benzema plays with a bandage on his hand. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss our future videos.